Hey guys, welcome to another lecture from Introductory Statistics. Today I'm going to start with the topic of probability. Why probability now? What have we learned till now? We were talking about statistics, we were talking about certain characteristics, we were talking about mean, median, we spoke about variation as well. And in that process, we spoke about the situation that how you have population data, but because it's very difficult to collect population data and make inferences about it, we rather try to collect samples and we run our experiments and we try to find out whatever characteristics we require. We try to find them out through the samples and then try to make inferences about population data. Now, everything that we are doing there with the data has some amount of uncertainty. Why uncertainty? Because we don't have the exact population data, but we are trying to work it out, get inferences through samples. So, therefore, comes the notion of probability in whatever we are doing in statistics. I'm talking from the end result point of view. Whatever inferences we make in statistics, they are done in terms of probability. There is a probability of something happening. There is a probability associated to any characteristic that we are talking about. What is probability? It is basically the study of randomness and uncertainty. It is basically the scenario where we quantify the chances that we have for certain thing occurring, likelihood of certain thing occurring. It's just a way of quantifying it. Today we will talk about the terminologies involved in probability. The very first being experiment. What is an experiment? How do I define it? Experiment might sound like a science test which is done in a very controlled manner in a laboratory, but actually it means any process or activity whose outcome is subject to uncertainty. This experiment generates something. You are taking up any experiment, it generates outcomes. Now, when you look at all these outcomes together, it creates a sample space. So the next terminology that you need to know is sample space. What is a sample space? Sample space of an experiment, denoted generally by this S, is the set of all possible outcomes of that experiment. Now, within this sample space, within all possible experiments, if you pick up one or combination of different outcomes, that is called an event. So, associated to experiments is a sample space, associated to sample space is something called events. What is an event? Formally, an event is any collection of outcomes contained in the sample space. You can have an event with just one outcome in it or certain combination of more than one outcomes. Hence, we can have two terminologies, one simple event and compound event. What would be a simple event? Where you just have one outcome, exactly one outcome in it. And the moment you have more than one outcome, you will call it a compound event. अब देखिए ये सारी तो टर्मिनोलॉजीज हो गई एग्जैक्टली इन सब चीजों का मतलब क्या है लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड इट थ्रू सम एग्जांपल्स कंसिडर एन एक्सपेरिमेंट इन विच each of three vehicles taking a particular freeway exit turns left or right at the end of the exit ramp. This is an experiment and it's uncertain. We don't know who's going left, right. Okay. We're just observing certain cars doing that. So the sample space, since there are three cars, the sample space that gets generated, it consists of 8 items, left, 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 all three are going to left, right, left, left, first car goes to right, then left, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, 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 left, right, 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 left, right, right, right. How do I know that there are 8 outcomes? I know that there are 8 outcomes because there are 3 cars. Now, by the logic of counting, there are 3 cars and each of them have 2 options. Either it can go to left or it can go to right. There is no other option. It can't go to both the directions at the same time, right? So either it will go to left or to right. So 2 options are there for the first car. Similarly, for the next one, either left or right. So 2 options for the next one. And again, either left or right. So 2 options for the third car. So therefore, the total number of options that we have, total number of combinations we will able to make, or total number of permutations of left and right, in other words, is 2 cube, that is 8. 2 into 2 into 2, 8. And that's how you know that there are 8 outcomes. And in particular, when you generate, this is how you can generate all the combinations. This is absolutely your wish. You should know that there are 8 and 8 distinguish. You will be able to 8 distinct outcomes you will be able to generate like this. This is what is called a sample space. Event kya hoga? Now, this includes some simple events. Events like say E1, E1 ले लेते हैं, E2 ले लेते हैं. E1 को हम ले सकते हैं, all 3 cars are going left. This is a simple event. एक ही outcome है इसमें. E2 ले लेते हैं, all 3 cars are going right. ये simple events हैं, ठीक है? अब मान लीजिए मैंने कंपाउंड इवेंट्स लिए. सपोज ए इज एन इवेंट वेयर एग्जैक्टली वन ऑफ द 3 कार्स आर टर्निंग लेफ्ट. तो आप किस किस आउटकम में ऐसा देखते हो? एग्जैक्टली वन लेफ्ट. सो जहां पे भी आपको सिर्फ सिंगल एल दिखेगा, दोस. कैन यू सी देर आर 3 सच आउटकम्स? एल आर आर, आर एल आर, आर आर एल. So this is a compound event. इसमें more than one outcome is involved. Similarly, you can have another event where exactly one car, one of the 3 cars, is turning right. Again, you will observe 3 outcomes would be there. This time, RLL, LRL, LLR. So these 3 events. So again, this is a compound event which consists of more than one outcome. Let's take another example. The next example is the experiment is flip a coin until the first head occurs. Now, if you start flipping the coin, you don't know when head will occur, right? So it's an absolutely uncertain thing. And a lot of outcomes can come. This is something of that sort that you don't know where to stop. So you will stop only when you get your first head. You know that, but at what level it will happen, you don't know that. ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि आपको पहली बार ही हेड मिल जाए. So you will stop. You are tossing the coin. You flip a coin until first head occurs. That's my experiment. So I will stop if I get my first head at the first go itself. But जरूरी तो नहीं है ना ऐसा हो. So it might happen that on the second flip I get a head. Then I will stop at the second time. So I will toss twice and I will stop. That outcome will be tail head because अगर head नहीं आया पहले में तो tail आया. तो tail head becomes your outcome. Similarly, on the third, if you're getting your head, on the third toss, if you're getting your head, that means उस head से पहले tail आया. So another outcome gets generated, which is tail head. And you don't know where to stop. It's an infinite sample space that will get generated because you just don't know where to stop. It can happen कि मेरा पहली बार में ही हेड आ जाए. It can happen कि मेरा second time में आए. It can happen कि third में आए, fourth में आए, fifth में आए. I don't know where to stop because it's not certain कि कहाँ पे आ रहा है. It's an experiment. You don't know where that will happen. Now, an event in this case, the sample space is infinite. An event in this case could be, for example, head on द इवन फ्लिप, इवन फ्लिप पे आ रहा है मतलब सेकंड पे हेड आ गया। ऐसा भी हो सकता है दैट सेकंड पे ना आके फोर्थ पे आया। सेकंड, फोर्थ पोजीशन, सिक्स पोजीशन, दीज आर योर इवन नंबर्स। ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि सिक्स्थ में आया, एंड सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ। यू डोंट नो वेयर टू स्टॉप। Even numbers are infinite, so you don't know where to stop in this event as well. Okay, but you know what is happening in this event. It's of course a compound event where more than one outcome is there. So this is how you can have infinite entries also in your sample space and events. Let's take another example. Rolling two fair dice. Now this is an experiment because when you roll two dice, you don't know what number gets generated. Suppose we're playing any board game and we are rolling two dice. We don't know what number will get generated, right? That's the whole idea of that game. There is that uncertainty associated. So this is an experiment. Sample space associated to this experiment would be, यहां पर अच्छे से समझते हैं। हाँ, सैंपल स्पेस क्या होगा? सैंपल स्पेस होगा प्लेसेस लाइक आपके पास सपोज 1 1 आ गया, आपके पास सपोज you have dice 1, dice 2. So I'm going to write down the entries as dice 1 comma dice 2. So when I'm writing 1 1 means both the dice I'm getting 1 1. 1 2 means dice 1, die 1, I get 1, and die 2, I get 2. So, how many such combinations can I make? Actually, you will be able to create 6 into 6, that is 36 such combinations. कैसे? क्योंकि पहले die के पास कितने numbers होते हैं? 1 2 3 4 5 6, 6 numbers are there. So 6 options are there. Anything can come, no? Similarly, for the second die, anything can come. 1 2 3 4 5 6 में से कोई भी नंबर आ सकता है when I'm rolling. So 6 into 6, total 36 combinations I'll be able to make. Let's look at all these combinations. Suppose die 1 goes here and die 2 goes here. So I can have, say, 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this position gives me 1 1. This position gives me 2 1. This position gives me 3 1. This position gives me 4 1. This position gives me 5 1. This is giving me 6 1. Second die was fixed at 1. Now second die is fixed at 2. So 1 2, 2 2, 3 2, 4 2, 5 2, 6 2. यहां पर क्या हो जाएगा? Second die is fixed at 3. So 1 3, 2 3, 3 3, 4 3, 5 3, 6 3. Now with 4. So 1 4, 2 4, 3 4, 4 4, 5 4, 6 4. So if you observe, you can create your sample space like this. This sample space consists of all possible 36 combinations, right? Now, within this, we can talk about certain events. Suppose I talk about the event where the sum of the two dice is 7. So where all is that happening? When am I getting a total of 7? You will get a total of 7 when you have 1 6, 2 5, 3 4, 4 3, 5 2, 6 1. So this is where you get a total of 7. So this event would consist of all these entries, all these 6 entries. Again, it's a compound event. That's what is an event. And now in the next lecture, we will talk about set theory associated to probability. This is just an introduction to probability. We have not yet spoken about probability as such. We are just talking about certain terminologies associated to it and how it will all boil down to that quantification of chances, which is called probability, is something that we will learn in the coming lectures. Thank you very much for attending.